All right, how's everybody doing? So I was talking to one of my good friends today, and he's actually a legend around here for sure. And his name's Les Dudek. We call him Dude with the K. But anyway, I'm good friends with him, and I've known him since I moved to Florida back in the '80s, and I used to host a jam, a blues jam down in a club down in Lakeland called Traders, and Les would come in and jam sometimes, and sometimes he'd do, a solo act, and he played acoustic. Guy is a great musician, great guitar player, man, and he has played with some big name people. He played with Steve Miller, Boss Skaggs, the Allman Brothers, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more. Dave Mason, Stevie Nicks, Cher, but man, he had a solo career. I remember buying his albums back in the '70s before I met him, and I thought, man, this guy's really good. Just a fine player. He has a website. I'm gonna put a link to that, and I'm gonna put a link to a song or a band he played in called DFK, which stood for Dudek, Finnegan, and Krager. Yeah. So Les Dudek, Mike Finnegan, and I believe was it Dave Kruger, Jim Kruger. Anyway, Finnegan and Kruger have both passed on, and but man, they were a great power, just kick butt, good band. DFK, look them up, do some research, check them out. So me and Les are good friends, and I'd bought a guitar that he used on tour. It was a Strat. I was going to break it out because I thought he toured with the Allman Brothers, and he played on the Brothers and Sisters album, and he's the guy that's playing the dual lead on um, yeah, name of the song, Skip, Ramblin' Man. Duh. Anyway, he's playing the twin guitar on Ramblin' Man, and so I bought this Strat, and I knew he had owned it, and I thought he may had used that on that album, but he didn't. He used it when he toured with DFK. So I put a link up there. I was gonna break that guitar out, but it's in a big road case over buried, and I thought, I don't want to get it out. Da, da. So anyway, I ended up breaking out this Les Paul because of Dickey. Dickey played Les Pauls, and so did Les. In fact, I asked Les what he used. I thought he may have used that Strat on that recording of Ramblin' Man. He said, no, I used a gold top, so. And Les played, gold. He played a lot of nice Les Pauls and Strats back in the day. He still has some of that stuff. But anyway, check Les out. Good player, man. And a great singer. And so anyway, I wanted to show you guys this opening line to the song Ramblin' Man by Dickie Betts. And by the way, this Les Paul, it's not a new one. This is it's not super old, but it's about an 88, 89. And the reason I bought it was I saw it hanging. A good friend of mine, Irv Shoemate, owned a store over in Orlando, Florida. And I was over there one day, and he had this hanging up. And I looked up at it, and I said, holy crap. Oh my God, I got to have that guitar. And I don't know if you can see it, real well. But this quilted wood in this thing starts down here. You can see the quilt. It's got some nice quilt. I don't know if I can get good angles. And it's got some tiger stripe in it. But the quilt is so unique. It's kind of starts down in here and kind of works its way up to here and does the same thing over here. And it kind of comes to a point up here where this neck pickup is. And it didn't have a pick guard. I like that. I don't mind a pick guard, but if you have a guitar that has a top like that, why put a pick guard on it? It's hard to see, I know. And again, look, look, I don't do very good at house cleaning here. It's dirty. It's because I play these things. But anyway, so this Les Paul, I bought it. I didn't like the sound of the pickups. I don't know what kind of pickups it had in it. Something stock, probably from the factory. So I put I put some Seymour Duncans in it. I knew Seymour, still do know him, and I said, send me some really good hot pickups, man. And he did. These things sound cranked. They sound good. I got another Les Paul over here. I'm gonna play too and let you hear that. But so that's the opening lick to the Ramblin' Man song. And again, Dickey Betts, he was so fluid at playing, the major pentatonic scale. I mean, it just flowed like a river when he played it, man. He was so smooth and just silky and just so, yeah, he just made it flow. He made it happen, man. And I love listening to the old, you know, Allman Brothers stuff. Back when Dwayne was playing, then I love Warren Haynes. God, I was honored one time. I was in Nashville and he was playing the Bluebird, I believe it was, and he got me up to play a song with him. Man, it's like, wow, Warren Haynes, what a great singer and great guitar player, and a great guy. I saw him later on that year, and he was down in Florida, and he invited me back to their bus, and it was pretty cool. He's a nice guy, man. All those guys were super nice back in those days. I just read an article, back in the 70s. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to make a knock on the music industry today, but it's going to come across like that. But back in the day, it wasn't about the money. I remember when I was playing, we didn't care. I didn't care about the money part of it. I just wanted to play and make music. It was just, and I think pretty much all the bands from that era, that late 60s, 70s, man. I remember going to see bands, and they would be playing for free. Just bands like Kansas, REO Speedwagon, the Eagles. I mean, if there was a charge, it'd be like $3 or $4. How much does it cost to see the Eagles today? 3 or 4,000? I don't know. I know the ticket prices are high, and there's a reason for that. I'm not going to go into that story, but the music industry's been pretty much taken over by Spotify and Apple Music, and they've pretty much, I think, ruined the live performance part of the music, because bands have to charge so much to try to make money. But anyway, so this guitar is, like I said, an '89 Les Paul. So let me tell you how to play this lick, and it's in the key of G. But I think if you listen to the actual song, it's like in G sharp or something. I don't know. I had to tune it down. I know that when they played it in G. I've actually played the song with Les before. So, starts here on the 15th fret of the high E string, first finger. Then you come up here to the 15th fret of the B string with your third finger and pull it off. Like that. Then you come up here with your second finger on the 16th fret of the G string. Slide, pull off. Then you come up here to the 14th fret of that slides from the 16th to the 14th, kind of pull that note off from the 14th to the 12th fret there. That's done with your second finger down to the first finger. Then you go to the 14th fret of the D string. On the D string, third finger, 14th fret, down to the 12th fret of the D string with your first finger. So then you come start on the 12th fret of the D string, first finger, up to the 14th fret, up to the 12th fret of the G string, back to the 14th fret of the D string with your third finger, and then you do a pull off on the 12th and 14 down to 12 on the G string, and then you do the same pull off on the D string, third and first finger. So we got. Then you end here on the 13th fret of the B string, second finger, down to the 12th fret of the B string with your first finger. Now, there's a harmony part going on there, not in the first lick, but right here. That's the harmony part. So that's played. Starts here on the 12th fret of the G string, up to the 14th fret, to the 12th fret of the B string, back to the 14th fret of the G string, third finger. Then you do a pull off from 13 to 12 with your second and first finger on the B string. Then you do a pull off on the G string from 14 to 12, third and first finger. Then you come up here to the 17th fret of the B string, third finger, down to the 15th fret of the B string with your first finger. So it's. Now, I've played this song without another guitar player and did this. I did do that twin, filled it in like that. So you can do that. And that's played, it's a double stop. Put your third finger on the 17th fret of the G and B string. Play those two notes together. First finger's on the 15th fret of the B string. Second finger's on the 16th fret of the G string. So if I'm playing by myself, that's how I played it. I don't do the song anymore. I never sang it, and I was in a band, and the guys sang it. I believe Dickey sang that song. I can't remember now. Great song though. I mean, his solo and that double leads they did at the end, so good. And yeah, my friend Les Dudek, make sure you check him out. So this guitar, again, it's an '89 Paul. Let me put some grit on this thing. I'm not very loud. My wife is she don't like me getting too loud, so my loud days are over. But this guitar through a Marshall stack, this thing, I've played it it kicks major butt. These pickups are just hotter than crap. I don't know if you can tell it. These strings are really old too, so I probably need to change them. I'm gonna put some Blue Magic strings on them. Those strings are the best. I know you've heard me talk about Blue Magic strings, but trust me, I've had had an endorsement with DR and Diodario, and they're both of those strings manufacturers are good strings. Don't get me wrong, they're good string, especially the NY series. And the DR is a great string. But my friend approached me one day and said, "Hey, try these strings out." He says, "Man, these things are different." So I did. And I found out that I thought the tone was better, definitely better, and I didn't have to tune as much. The first time I used them, I noticed the first night that I used them, I thought, God, I don't have to tune. I'm staying in tune tonight, So it was really, And it stayed that way. It wasn't a quirky thing. So these strings like stay in tune. I remember a couple of weekends ago, and they last forever. That's another thing. You can leave them on there. I'm a real finicky guitar player about tone, and so if my strings start fading, I call it fading, to where they start not harmonically sounding good. They don't have that nice chimey ring. I'm changing them right away. Well, these strings just last like forever. It seems like. I mean, I've had them on a couple guitars for 2 or 3 months, and that still ringing. It's like, wow, I've never had strings last that long. But a few weeks ago, I was playing a gig, and I played like 3 nights in a row, and I didn't have to tune, except when I tuned up to start the night. I never went out of tune for 3 nights in a row. I mean, I'd tune up to begin the night, never tuned again. It was just like. So I called my friend who owns the company, and I said, dude, these strings are just crazy good. I said, they just don't go out of tune. They stay in tune. It's just like crazy. Anyway, so buy yourself some Blue Magic strings. Try them out. I put the link on at the end of the comments. But so I'm a sucker for pretty tops, as you can see. I love nice quilted maple tops. But then this one drew my attention because I'd never seen, a flame that just kind of, just did that. I think it's very unique. So let me grab this other Les Paul again. It's nothing special, but it has a nice top on it, and it's a traditional, and it's got stock pickups. And I don't remember even how they sound, to be honest. A lot of guitars. If you own a lot of guitars, the only bad part of it is you don't get to play them all. So, that's the sad part. But being a collector, I have to realize that, come on, strap. You have to realize that sometimes you can't play them all. I mean, I try to pull some of them out and play them, but and then some of them, like I was saying yesterday, I think I don't take anything really good to a gig anymore, because you never know who's going to be stupid and get up on stage and try to play your guitar, and they're out there. But oh well. So this is just a stock traditional that I bought, but I just like the top. Again, I'm a big fool for these quilted maple tops, and I thought, man, that's a nice top. But I like the other one better. But and already I can tell you the other guitar is fatter and warmer just from just playing this one. Although this don't sound bad. Let's hear the bridge fit. That neck pickup sounds pretty. That bridge pickup sounds pretty nice. Anyway, I just wanted to compare these two. I got that one out, and then I saw this one. I thought, man, I want to compare and see how they sound different. But again, I love the quilt on this. I may end up changing the pickups, but probably not that. That bridge pickup is hot. And these strings are old too. Well, listen, I'm gonna go. learn how to play that intro to the Allman Brothers. You know, the um, Ramblin' Man. And check out my friend Les. You know, go check out his website, and I'm gonna put a link to the song, or yeah, it's a song he did with the Finnegan and Kruger, GFK, or excuse me, DFK, and I'll put a link to that. And he's playing that Strat that I bought from, and it's a nice Strat. It's a '70s Strat, but it sounds good too. I'm gonna have to dig it up, dig it out of my pile over here. Well, listen, man, have a great evening, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for listening. And don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends, tell your dogs, your neighbors, the whole deal. All right, have a